Okay, I'm back. I am back from meeting. Oh, cool, Mutter. All right, sweet, sweet. Hell yeah. That's cool. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Falcon 9 X-37B OTV-8 launch coverage. First, is this the first launch coverage we're doing with the new streaming setup? Is this the first one? Is this the first one, dudes? The meeting was met. Yep, shorter meeting today. Not that I usually come back, but anyway, this is the first one with the streaming setup, dudes. It's pretty mint. That's pretty cool. Now Long March 5. Let's get to it. So, let's get on next space flight here. Take a look, see some details on this mission. See what we got. Next space flight actually had a little bit of a, yeah. Well, hey, look, they had a little bit of a new look. It's been overhauled to much better match our mobile app. I also can't speak correctly. Let's click on this. What do we got? SF-36, 23 minutes and 6 seconds. Liftoff is targeting 90% go for launch, targeting 1150. Your mic sounds different. Well, I have the shotgun mic and the mixer now, so that's pretty cool. This is the eighth mission for the X-37B. This is Vehicle 1 on its fourth flight. Vehicle 1 hasn't flown in a little while. My favorite cough drops, dude. I need them when you need them when you're talking all day, Corey. That's for sure. In fact, I'm opening it up right now. Yummy. Give me one sec. Are they the ones that have honey in them? Yep. Dude, these things are whimsical. They got honey in them. Keep talking all day, dudes. Hey, Muffin, what's up, man? Guessing you should be able to see this one unless it's cloudy. So, all right. I got to get used to the new next space flight. Oh, look at that. We have a northeast trajectory, Mutter. It's going out of 39A from the Cape. So what's the booster flying tonight? Booster flying tonight is 1092 on its sixth flight. Oh, geez. Not a big deal. Cool. So Vehicle 1 hasn't been used in a little while. Vehicle 1 flew OTV-1 in 2010, OTV-3 in 2012, OTV-6 in 2020, and then OTV-8 in 2025. Wow, this thing rarely flies, dude. Jeez. There, to my knowledge, there's two X-37s, but we don't really know for sure. I think there's two of them. I'm pretty sure there's two of them. So what is the X-37, just in case anybody was wondering? The X-37B is an experimental space plane that's operated basically, it's a little mini space shuttle, and it's operated by the Space Force. Actually, well, the Air Force's Rapid Response Program, which is basically like, I need to launch something into space quickly, you know, and I need to test it, and I might need to bring it back down. There you go. So the cool thing is that the X-37B actually has a detachable service module right there that has a SAT bus on it, so like it can deploy satellites and amongst other things. So they can use it for propulsion and stuff too. That's what the service module. The service module is not completed in this picture. That's not what it looks like, but you get the idea. Yeah, the X-37B is a little guy. It could fit inside of a space shuttle's payload bay. It's not very big. How long is it on orbit? I don't know how long this this thing's going to be up there. I have no idea. Implies the existence of the X-37A. X-37A was a NASA project, believe it or not. NASA was trying to make a mini space shuttle. And then NASA abandoned the project, and the Air Force picked it up. All right, SpaceX is live here with the X-37B mission. And let's get to it. Let's watch ourselves the launch here. First launch coverage with the new setup, baby. So the last X-37B ding was up there for a good while. It was up there for a minute. And it was in geostationary, or not geostationary, it was in the geostationary transfer orbit. And it re-entered from geostationary transfer, which is crazy. That's a 23,000 mile fall back down to Earth when it came back. It takes weather pictures. That's right, Tech. Yeah, you got it, man. You got it. That's right, Note. That's why I got it. That's how it got up to GTO.
You're looking at a live view of Falcon 9 at Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center, awaiting liftoff at 11:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome to our live launch coverage of Falcon 9's 101st launch of the year, the USSF 36 mission, delivering the Space Force's X-37B orbital test vehicle to space.
Yeah, baby.
My name is Tyler Lionquist, and I'm a Starlink analyst here at SpaceX.
And I'm Jesse Anderson, a senior...
Load has started.
I'm Jesse Anderson, a Senior Production Engineering Manager. Today's mission marks the third time the X-37B Orbital Test Vehicle, or OTV, will take flight on a SpaceX launch vehicle. The last SpaceX OTV mission, USSF-52, launched on a Falcon Heavy in December of 2023. The first flight of the X-37B on a Falcon 9 was the Orbital Test Vehicle 5 mission in September of 2017, which went on to spend 780 days in orbit, breaking the vehicle's own endurance record.
Once on orbit, the X-37B will perform demonstrations and experiments using next-generation technologies, including high-bandwidth intersatellite laser
101 flights this year,
and
man.
the world's highest-performing quantum inertial sensor ever used in space.
Oh, that's right.
This technology is useful for navigating environments where GPS is not accessible.
The quantum inertial sensors. That's real. That's crazy, dude. Super cool.
In operation since then. The previous X-37B missions have tested a wide range of applications, including a demonstration of the spacecraft's ability to alter its orbital trajectory using a novel aerobraking maneuver.
The X-37B
demo.
orbital test vehicle has also tested technology designed to harness solar energy and transmit power to the ground. It also conducted tests to better understand how to sustain humans on long-term crewed missions to the moon and beyond.
How did it do that?
Incredibly capable autonomous
How did it do that?
For today's X-37B mission, weather
Some you're not
is
telling us, or?
currently 10% POV, which is great. That's about 90% chance of great weather at T0. The range is ready to support. But if for any reason we are not able to launch today, we do have a backup window that opens up
Light
tomorrow
helpers,
at
that's
midnight.
right.
And one last note, we will be closing out tonight's webcast immediately following Stage 1 landing at the request of our customer. Now, while the countdown continues, let's take a closer look at the X-37B and its mission.
Rocket Guy, you hear that, dude? Oh, this is B-roll. This will get us muted. That'll get us muted. Oh, wait, no. We don't have the YouTube stream up. We're fine. Almost sub 2 day, man. It's pretty badass. Whoa, that's the first time we've seen that. Space planes are sick, Demo. Space planes are just beautiful. Gotta make a bigger one of that. Put people on it, dude. I love the X-37B, dude. That's such a good design for a shuttle. Yeah, buddy.
That's Falcon 9 on your screen, a two-stage rocket that is 229 feet tall. And
Make an
is ready to
X-37?
lift off in
Oh, we
just
could do
over
that.
13 minutes. At launch, it produces more than 1.7 million pounds of thrust. And rockets like Falcon 9 don't use all of that thrust just to go straight up. Early in flight, Falcon 9 performs a gravity turn that is a smooth pitch maneuver that tilts the rocket sideways to build up horizontal velocity.
Wonder where
You
it's
might
stored
hear that
at?
call out about 10 seconds into launch as
The X-37B is using the former Orbiter Processing Facility 3 at the Cape. It's like right over there. It's right down the street from here. That's the home of the X-37B. Actually, no, OPF-3 is Starliner. It's OPF 1 and 2. Yeah, the X-37B uses the shuttle hangars. 1 and 2, which were the original ones that were built for the shuttle program. OPF-3 was only built later when they decided they didn't want to fly the shuttle as much, believe it or not.
at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, and it's going to be returning to Earth for its 6th time. The second stage will take over from there, powered by that single Merlin vacuum engine. Also,
I don't think they are, Demo.
With its extended nozzle and
Biconic.
optimized design,
It's Biconic
the
re-entry
produces
vehicle.
About 220,000 pounds of thrust in the vacuum of space.
And at the very top of the vehicle is the payload fairing, a 17-foot wide carbon composite shell that protects the payload during the uphill trip through the atmosphere, and you can see it there on your screen. About 3 minutes into flight, both halves of the fairing will separate.
Yeah,
the
Rocket
parachute
Guy,
back down to
quantum
Earth.
inertial
Many of our
sensors,
fairing
dude.
halves
I
have
didn't even
seen
know that that was a
multiple
thing
flights,
until
but
I
today
heard
we
about
have
this
one
mission.
flying for its second time and the other just for its first time.
If recovery goes to plan, the fairings will be pulled from the ocean and prepped to fly again. So much of what makes Falcon 9 remarkable happens in those first few minutes of flight, these stages separating. The first stage landing itself on land or on a drone ship in the middle of the ocean, and those fairings parachuting back, all to get ready for another flight to space.
And
X-37B is inside of that payload fairing, Corey.
Falcon 9 is tracking no issues, and our payload is healthy. The Falcon 9 team reported on console at T-minus 2 hours and 15 minutes.
It's inside of
and
the
began
fairing,
their final
Flykin.
checks of the launch vehicle and ground systems. Final checkout of the flight termination system was performed at T-minus 1 hour and 45 minutes.
There's an autonomous mini space shuttle inside of Falcon 9's fairing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know, people, it's hard to judge scale from these guys. You could fit an entire school bus in Falcon 9's fairing. We don't really get to often see, like, other stuff. It's hard to judge scale. Like, I could tell you that fixed service structure is 280, or not 285, it's 215, I think. Like, I can tell you it's pretty tall, but, you know, like, I mean, look right there. That's the camera we see during crew missions right there. And you know, like 4 or 5 people can fit in that white room up there. Like a person's probably about maybe as tall as the mouse cursor here. And if you compare that to Falcon 9's fairing, Falcon 9's fairing is gigantic. There's an entire space shuttle sitting inside of the fairing there. It's a mini space shuttle, keep in mind. But it is a space shuttle. Fun fact, the X-37A was originally designed to fit inside of the space shuttle's payload bay. So that should tell you everything you need to know about how big the space shuttle actually is. Falcon 9's fairing is the same width as the shuttle's payload bay. Pretty crazy, right?
For acquiring and delivering resilient capabilities and groundbreaking technologies to protect our nation's strategic advantage in and from space.
Here's an overview of Space Systems Command's mission.
There's a cone at the front and there's a cone at the back, Demo. What are you talking about? X-37's got a fat butt, dude. Look. There's a cone right there, and there's a cone right there. What are you talking about? That's Biconic all day.
The ultimate high ground has no ground. The satellites in orbit around our planet provide the critical infrastructure we use to defend and protect the security and prosperity of this world we all share. But Space is no longer a benign environment. Adversaries and near-peer nations are actively working to dominate the most critical battleground of our day. At Space Systems,
Hey, curvy is the shape, man.
the time to act is now. The race is on.
Our adversary is out there. They are going to work every day, trying to work harder, smarter, faster than us. But we are making sure that that does not happen.
The Guardians, airmen, and partners of Space Systems Command are working with unstoppable urgency to innovate and act now, delivering solutions to emerging threats, creating resilient space architectures we can all rely on, especially during times of crisis and conflict.
The fight could happen tonight, it could happen tomorrow, it could happen in a couple of years, but we need to start innovating now, and that's exactly what we're doing.
For Space Systems Command, working faster
Old Falcon
means
9.
breaking from the status quo, exploiting existing space architectures and capabilities in creative new ways, working with commercial industry, innovators.
Ding,
and
the
tech
fairing is called the
startups,
clamshell fairing, so it
allied
opens like
nations
this. They're fairing
to
halves,
exploit,
and they
find,
open
and
like a
build.
clamshell.
To deliver better, faster,
Most fairings
more
are
affordably.
clamshell fairings.
We are advancing the space architecture that we have up there right now, making sure that it's optimal, making sure that we get new space architecture set up, prototyping, experiments, to ensure that we can outpace the enemy tomorrow.
To maintain our lead in space, Space Systems Command has embraced a new culture, empowering its people to race forward. Speak up and connect with industry in unprecedented new ways.
Our people are agile, they continue our partnerships, they are working collaboratively day after day in order to contribute to the big warfighter purpose.
Space is a team sport. We have to work together to provide integrated, resilient capability and speed in order to fight through any contingency or crisis.
Space Systems Command is moving fast to maintain U.S. superiority in space, running a marathon of sprints, thinking differently, acting boldly, empowering at every level to make space work for us all. At Space Systems Command, space starts here.
If you're just joining us, we're currently at
hell?
T-minus 6 minutes until launch of the USSF-36 mission, delivering the Space Force's X-37B
It was,
orbital
and
test
yeah,
vehicle to
and it's
space.
yes, it was.
Liftoff is scheduled for 11:50 p.m. Eastern Time from Launch Complex 39A at
Space
Kennedy Space Center.
starts.
Now,
Muffin!
next up in the countdown, the transporter erector, or TE, will begin to retract.
I can't
away
tell
from
you how
Falcon.
proud I am of you and what you've accomplished over the decade you've been doing this. From a dude who worked at Best Buy and played a game for poop and giggles to an international inspiration. Thank you, and Godspeed EJ_SA.
Damn, dude, you didn't need to say that. Oh, international inspiration. I don't know, man. I wouldn't call it that good, but I appreciate the praise, man. Thank you.
Vertical and stays connected through the final seconds to launch. The TE provides fuel, power, telemetry, and command connections between ground systems and the vehicle.
So
Tanks are pressing for strong back retract.
we're just
Okay.
about 35 seconds
Oh,
away
interesting
from
demo,
starting
nice.
to see those clamp arms opening around the second stage on our vehicle stack. Those clamps help stabilize the second stage during fueling, and they also prevent.
It's good to see you back,
pilots.
Muffin. That makes
Once
me
they
happy.
are
It always makes me happy when one of your regulars comes back to say hi. Like I'm not saying like, come back and be a regular again, or, watch me on your own time, like, but it's still cool. Feel like a teacher that's met a graduate again, it's pretty cool.
To start that reclining process, again, those arms are going to open up first. Again, hard to see with those clouds. It looks like those clamp arms are beginning to open up.
Lights are on at the
And once they are fully open, then that strong back or that TE
You're a
can begin to
poo-poo
recline
face,
away from the
Kappa.
vehicle.
No,
And there
but
you
what
can see those
Muffin
clamp
said,
arms
you're an
moving.
inspiration to so many people. You don't even know. I can't express enough how much you mean to me, brother.
The TE should begin to
Thanks.
recline away from the vehicle. It's going to be really slow.
Tell me you haven't had people from across the globe not tune in and find inspiration from you. Don't come around all the time and credit you for their confidence.
On your screen.
It's weird thinking about it like that, man. I just come in here and I do my job.
And a pretty slow process, but just a
Strong
couple
back
degrees,
retract.
and then it'll move further
Clamp
away,
arms are open.
At the T0 mark to clear the way for the vehicle.
Spacecraft is on internal power.
So right now, both
We're on the
stations are
subject.
nearly
You're
fully
a
loaded
mechanical
with
engineer
vehicle
because of this stream.
propellant. That
Sorry.
includes RP1, a
My
highly
bad.
refined kerosene, and liquid
Hey,
oxygen
N9,
chilled
thanks for the
to
raid,
100
dude.
degrees below zero.
Just in
Propellant is loaded
time.
late in the countdown, and that's intentional.
We got a space shuttle launch. No, not that one.
Stage 1 LOX load is
But
complete.
There's a good
close
call.
enough.
Denser propellants mean
We
more
have
performance
space shuttles at
out of the
home.
tanks.
Space shuttles at
Variety of
home.
that propellant flows through. The plumbing and engines are chilled down. That prevents thermal shock and boil off when the ultra cold
Stay humble,
liquid starts
Hellfish.
moving. And
Stay
you may
humble.
hear that referred to as engine chill. And we did hear that call out, as Tyler mentioned, at T-minus 3 minutes, that stage 1 liquid oxygen loading. is
All right,
complete,
Muffin.
coming
No,
up
I'm
next
saying
to
that's all good, dude.
Stage 2
You know, it's just cool
liquid
seeing
oxygen
regulars
loading
around,
at
man.
T-minus 2 minutes.
So at T-minus
You know,
60 seconds,
you know,
Falcon 9
you don't know
will
if
start
people
up,
are gonna
and
come
at that
back,
point,
dude.
The rocket's onboard flight computers will
I don't
take
know.
over. From
I don't
there
even
on
know
out,
you.
the
You know what I
countdown
mean?
becomes
You're
fully
Muffin.
autonomous.
You're like, I don't know you.
Then, just inside of T-minus
It's very
60
humbling
seconds, the
having
9
viewers
Merlin
come
1
back.
engines will
That's
ignite,
cool.
And once they're at full
It's the-
power,
it's
Falcon
the
9
best
will lift off the
freaking
pad
feeling in the
and begin
world,
its
man.
climb to orbit.
Really good.
We are coming up on
Makes me
that
really
call
happy.
out at the T-minus 2 minute mark for liquid oxygen loading on the second stage.
Stage 2 LOX
EJ forced you to move across the country to build
There
space
it is. That
planes.
means
Sorry.
Falcon 9 is
It's
now
my
fully
bad, bro.
loaded with propellants.
Damn it,
Ground
bunny.
payload
I came back.
remains
All right,
healthy.
cool.
The rocket is tracking no issues. Weather is green, and the range is clear to support our scheduled liftoff of 11.
Anyway, N9, thank you for the raid. What were you up to?
Now, you might have noticed those white clouds that are venting from the rocket. That's not smoke, it's actually condensation. As the liquid oxygen warms slightly inside those tanks,
Gas
some of it
launch closeout.
Inside of 90
off,
seconds.
Then that gas is vented.
Ground
to
gas
tremendous
closeout,
pressure. When
meaning
the vented
second stage
oxygen
is
hits the
full
floor
of
and
fuel and
fuel
oxidizer.
air, it instantly condenses into those clouds. Same principle as your breath on a cold morning, just a much bigger scale.
And we are coming up on Falcon 9 in startup. That's when the
Planning a very risky Mars mission.
I'm in space. Countdown. The stage
In
1
1969.
begin to pressurize for launch.
Manned or unmanned?
Falcon 9 is in startup.
Okay, Falcon 9's in startup. Here we go. Onboard
now we are
computers
waiting
have
for the
primary
final
control
go
of
from
all
the launch
functions on the
director.
vehicle.
This is the mission director. Go for launch.
MD reports go. Tampa
Just
Bay
for
Bunny
that
got
great
gifted a
call-out,
sub
we
from
are go for
PC
launch.
Tech.
He's given the final go.
Crew of
Let's listen
2.
into the countdown.
Bold. Hey, whatever. Send it, man.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Boots on Mars in 69 because screw it, we ball. Yeah, hell yeah. 20 seconds. 15.
T-minus 15 seconds.
10.
T-minus 10.
Pad deluge system is on.
8, 7, 6.
Sound suppression water
5,
system is on.
4, 3, 2,
Ignition.
1. Engines full power. And lift off.
Okay.
Go USS F-36.
Oh, this is space.
Okay.
I'm in space.
We got a hot bird. SF-36 is in the air carrying the OTV-8 mission for the Space Force. No, we give this up to N9. All right. Okay. Everything's good. 1.6 G's up. Everything looked fine there. Great separation. Great ascent thus far.
39A at Kennedy Space Center. Now, in just a few moments, we'll begin to throttle down those engines on that Stage 1 vehicle that you see on your screen in preparation for
Falcon
Max
9
Q.
power and telemetry are nominal.
Call for power and telemetry. Should get a call for supersonic here in a moment.
Max Q is the period of maximum aerodynamic pressure. This is a critical moment during flight because the combined stresses caused by Falcon 9 accelerating through the atmosphere
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
Here we go.
and the ambient static pressure
then-
are at its greatest point during this moment.
Max Q, as what Jesse just said, is basically peak compression load on the front of the vehicle. It basically means that the Falcon 9 can't move the air out of the way fast enough, and it's actually kind of physics is trying to accordion the vehicle. So to make sure that that doesn't happen, they throttle the engines down.
Stage 1 flipped.
Now, when the vehicle gets a little bit higher, the atmospheric pressure goes away because there's no air up there, right? So they throttle the engines back up. This is called the throttle bucket. What happens is if you're looking at the telemetry, you see the throttle's at 100%, and then they throttle down, and then they throttle up again. So it looks like a bucket on the telemetry. So it's called throttle bucket. Should be getting up here to main engine cutoff and then second stage separation here. But that doesn't mean the show is over. Falcon 9 will be doing a landing here.
The booster is moving away from the landing.
The lateral
zone
fire
at
is
1
normal,
mile
Tana.
every
That has to
second,
do with
so every
ambient
second
pressure
counts.
drop.
The
Flames
fast flip
expand a
gets
lot
the
bigger up
maximum
there because there's
impact
less
on the forward
pressure.
velocity and allows the booster to orient itself quickly to boost back to the landing zone. Now, second engine start 1 or
What does Bro
SAS1
do?
is when we will
Bro's a
light
Twitch
that
streamer that
engine
teaches
on
people
second
about
stage
rockets.
for
Did
its
you learn something?
Stage separation confirmed.
Here we go. Watch. Ready? It's going to separate.
Call out for stage separation, and with
Stage 1 boost back startup.
all right,
Second
so with
stage ignition. The
boost
first
back
stage is
burn,
right there.
that'll
It's going to
last
fire.
about 45 seconds.
Oh,
Meanwhile, we should
that's
be hearing a
sick.
call out for fairing separation in just a few moments.
Yo, zoom out. Like, zoom out. The camera zoomed in too much. You can't see the plume effects. That
Fairing separation confirmed.
trippy, wavy stuff going on there, guys. Oh, there it is.
Separation. While
That's
stage
plume
2
interaction
continues on
between
its
the
journey,
first and
fairing
second
has been
stage.
fall back to Earth, where we'll attempt to.
So what's going on here? This weird effect that looks like an eye almost. Second stage is going this way. The first stage separated and it turned around, and it's going to go back and land. And it's firing its engines to turn around, right? So you get the first stage exhaust plume hitting the second stage exhaust plume, and it makes that trippy nebula stuff in the sky. That's super cool. You don't see that all the time. That only happens in certain lighting conditions.
Time over on the East Coast, so it's a little bit hard to see, but we are still seeing a view from the first
Some
stage.
swamp gas reflected off of Venus. Chat here, just look at this for a second.
We'll see if we are able to get some clearer views as
please hold.
on the vehicle.
I mean, the way that
It's a
thing
little
turned
bit hard
around,
to
it
see,
looked
but
like an
you can kind of
RTLS
see
to
the
me,
grid
dude.
fins are opening up on the first stage there. And this is a view of our mission control here in Hawthorne. Now it is 4 minutes into
Landing
today's
zone 2.
mission. The next major milestone coming up is almost at the T+7 minute mark, and that's where you should see the first stage's entry burn.
Yeah, they're not giving us any second stage telemetry because it's a super secret squirrel mission that's heading on a northeast trajectory at 50 plus degrees inclination.
Engines E1 and E5.
Dude, super secret though, don't tell anybody.
This is similar to pumping the brakes to slowing down the vehicle as it passes back through the Earth's atmosphere. Now we do this to slow down the vehicle due to reduce the re-entry forces, and that helps us recover and reuse the first stages.
So during the entry burn, Falcon 9 is decelerating by firing its Merlin engines, but the vehicle is still moving really fast.
No, they're
This
setting it to the
causes it to
ISS.
fly
Wow,
through
I
Merlin's
wish.
exhaust gases, also known as the rocket's plume, which deposits a layer of soot on the vehicle surface. And that's why our flight-proven vehicles look the way that they do. The soot comes from the carbon-based fuel that Falcon 9 uses, and with each flight, the soot builds up a little bit more and a little bit more on the outside of the vehicle.
We are still a couple of minutes away from beginning that entry burn, and even though we don't have some live views at this moment, you can still check out the telemetry on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, and you can also
No, Hellfish, I don't know anything about
follow
that.
along on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. You can see a graphic showing the engines on the first stage, so you can see when we do have that entry burn, we're going to light up those engines. You can see that on that graphic there.
Now, Falcon 9 is the world's first orbital rocket capable of reflight, and reusability is key to lowering the cost of spaceflight, which enables more investments in critical space infrastructure. The Falcon 9's first stage that is supporting today's mission is performing this entry burn for its 6th time, and as we mentioned earlier, one half of the payload.
Yeah, Jack, I have no idea what I don't know
One
what
is
that
flying
means.
for its 2nd time, and the other is flying for its 1st.
And we are, again, just a minute away from the beginning of the entry burn. Again, you can follow along.
I should go see if it it's flying by.
Get some live views back of the first stage vehicle, but we can see the speed.
I want to see the supersonic retro propulsion though first.
So it's a little bit dark. We don't have some great views, but as there you can see on your screen.
That's
again,
Port Canaveral over there.
We got a little light there.
Port Canaveral. This is Cocoa Beach and then Satellite Beach right there.
Screen, and we should get a little bit clearer view of the first stage.
A little bit hard to see, but you can see the silhouette of the grid fins.
What? Oh yeah, you can see them right
We've
there.
got 4 hypersonic grid fins that help us steer the first stage as it's returning back to Earth.
We're about 20 seconds or so away from that entry burn beginning on the first stage. Again, this is going to be the second of 2 burns.
Jesse and Tyler
there you can see on your screen, the entry burn has begun.
Oh!
And this is a view from a ground tracking camera. And this is a view
that
from
was awesome.
the first stage, looking aft down at the engines. You can see that entry burn.
I probably would want to head down there for that demo, yeah.
Should be shutting down here shortly.
Okay, so now the grid fins are going to do some work steering this thing in. But I'm gonna go see if I can see it flying by. I'll be right back.
3 burns.
Enjoy the landing.
Falcon 9 first stage to make its way back to a land landing today.
So in just under a minute, we should be expecting that first stage landing burn. Now the Merlins on the Falcon first stage are optimized for sea level, and they achieve 190,000 pounds. 190,000 pounds of thrust each during ascent and descent. At liftoff, Falcon 9's first stage has thrust that's greater than 5 747 airplanes at full power.
We are expecting that landing burn any moment. And there it is. You can see the engines have lit up on the Falcon 9 vehicle. Let's watch as Falcon 9 touches down.
And that was the 6th launch and landing for this first stage.
As a reminder, we will not have views of the second stage at the request of our customer. So with that successful first stage landing, we will be ending our coverage of the mission before payload deploy. We'd like to thank the United States Space Force for entrusting us with today's mission.
And we'd like to thank the range for their support, as always, and for all of our viewers tuning in. If you're interested in more launch coverage, head over to spacex.com/launches for the most up-to-date information. And while you're there, check out our new departure board featuring our upcoming launches with details such as mission name, launch and landing site, and liftoff time. And be sure to follow SpaceX on X for updates on our next missions and milestones.
Yeah, a little bit, Cody. All right, guys. Well, that was the X-37B mission, SF-36. Pretty cool. All right. Well, hey, that's going to do it for me tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We just did about 11 and a half hours. I'd say the setup is green. No clouds of Connecticut, but too low to see. Muffin, thank you for the tip, dude. I appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words. The kind words mean more to me than the $20, dude, but it's all good. All right. So I think we're going to try to do some auto streaming tomorrow. That's probably all we're going to end up doing. I just need to test the auto stream. There's no Flame Trench tomorrow, but we are doing GTA racing at 9 p.m. I need the afternoon tomorrow because I have plans. So anyone we can rain. Weather guy, I get it. Thanks for the stream. I almost missed it. No problem, Dan. It's just plume interaction. Boost back plume interaction is probably what you'd want to look for. autonomous. It's really cool. Really interesting phenomenon right there. Thanks for the stream. You deserve way more. Definitely planning on being more present going forward. And like I said, especially when KSA is out. Yep. All right. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. We're gonna probably do a car stream tomorrow. We'll work on the old car here. Give it a second. There it is. It's a live shot from the garage. We'll work on that tomorrow. We gotta finish building the back end of this car. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have Ernok camera manning for me. So yeah, we'll do a lot of test fitting with the trunk tomorrow. Should be good. I'll see you guys. And actually, once that test stream is good to go, guys, for just making sure the auto setup is good, we should be back to our more or less normal schedule by Monday. I'm pretty sure we got a good stable configuration for the entire setup. The mission control setup is quite good. It is working. It's working very nicely. Everything here is very, very good. I got new tires for it already. Yes, I have 275 60R15s. It was free. Don't ask. I'll tell you tomorrow. Anyway, I'll see you guys then. Thank you very much for watching and have a good night, okay?